thank you for letting me talk tonight, and thank you, Jay Case, for inviting me. And also, I have a friend who's been sitting here for hours with me who supports what I'm saying and understands what's going on. I am here to talk about the imposed sales and use tax on veterinary services. I know you've heard a lot about this already, but I'd like to drive it home if I could. I am an owner of rescue dogs. I am a volunteer with the State Animal Response Team under FEMA. I work with local rescues, lost dog recovery groups. I once belonged to a group that helps sick, injured, and hungry animals. I've worked with ASPCA, and I am a dog foster. I bring firsthand knowledge of what the real world is with caring for pets, the important issues the pet world deals with on a daily basis, as well as the difficulties we face with economic hard times. I didn't want you to hear just my opinion on this, but I wanted to let you know where I'm coming from. So I reached out to rescues, vets, and pet owners throughout the state. Across the board, hands down, the message was this tax will harm our pets. It was best said by Dr. Elliott, an emergency vet. This tax is a huge concern. Veterinary care is an out-of-pocket expense. Owners already need to make financial choices. Now with a tax on top of that, particularly people with limited means will have a very difficult time caring for their animals. Of course, there will be an impact on the clients. The most important thing, there will be an impact on the animal's health, their response to treatment in sickness and in emergencies. The American Veterinary Medical Association states that in 2013, there was a population of dogs to cats, 5,007 to 796 respectively. 22% cats and 30% dog owners cannot afford to vet their animals. They also state, due to economic turndown in the past few years, one of the highest reasons for surrenders is due to the cost of pet care. And I'm going to skip ahead. Basically, over and over, everyone I spoke to said that people can't afford their animals' pet care, that they surrender them. Or, worse yet, they take them to the vet and they euthanize them. This is sad. I mean, just think of your own animal, and if you were not able to afford its pet care. I went to rescues, and I apologize, I'm off here on a tangent. They said that one rescue said that they could be shut down. They would be shut down because they couldn't afford to do what they had to. If I could, one important thing, I blew it. I had so much to tell you. 3 states have enacted this tax. 4 states have tried to unsuccessfully. 3 states out of 50 are the only ones who have this tax. It will harm and it will kill animals. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Are there any? Yes, go ahead, Representative.
Thank you, Senator. Jay, I just wanted to thank you for coming out. We happened to be at a park cleanup on Saturday, and I mentioned this to her on Saturday, so she's had from Saturday and texting with her on Mother's Day yesterday to get her ready to come in. But I thank her for coming in and spending all morning and into the evening and coming here. And I'll tell you, the facts you'll see in her 3-page testimony that she turned in, it's incredible. And if you have any more questions about that, feel free to contact me. But thank you, Jay, for coming in. I appreciate it. First time testifying.
Yeah, and I blew it. I had it all tagged, and I blew it.
You did great.
But if you would only know that I literally called people across the state, homeowners, rescues, vets, and every single person, hands down, said the same thing. This tax is going to harm our animals, our pets, our loved ones, our companions, our best friends. So, thank you.
You did a great job. Hold on one second. Any other questions, comments? Representative Carter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I was kind of curious. You talked about some of the states that have enacted this. Mm-hmm. Do you know if there's been any data or they've really studied to look at adoption rates? I mean, to me, it's expensive adopting an animal.
Right. I searched for that, and I can tell you now in Connecticut that everyone I talked to said it is going to hinder adoptions. And that means there's one less spot at a shelter, one less spot at a rescue for another animal that needs help because they aren't going to be adopted. And in those 3 states, I dug and I couldn't find the information I wanted. And because I did all this work on a Sunday, I actually literally spent my Mother's Day at home calling or driving around talking to people. I couldn't call any rescues or vets or shelters in these 3 states. I would have called Hawaii. I would have called, I think, Florida, Illinois, but it was a Sunday.
Well, I thank you for doing due diligence and looking at that. You know, these things, sometimes it does take time to look it up and dig it out. And these bills get pushed forth very fast. And the common sense test says, yes, it's going to be more expensive to adopt an animal. And I'm concerned. I'm on the board of an animal welfare society, and I worry about this. So thank you for taking the time and caring about those who need to be cared about.
If I could add to
course.
that, is not just the adoptions, but more and more animals aren't going to be vaccinated. They're not going to be taken care of, and it's a health risk to both pets and humans. It's a great health risk.
Sure.
So.
See, you were able to get a lot of that out after all, weren't you?
I'm good at that. No.
Thanks for being here. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman.
Thank you very much for your testimony, and you did great, by the way.